Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with part 9 of the Dark Souls 3 full playthrough walkthrough. In this part of the walkthrough, we're going to go through Irithyll of the Boreal Valley and defeat Pontiff Sulyvahn. We will not be going any further than that, but this is one of those branching areas where you basically have two choices of where you want to go after defeating Pontiff Sulyvahn. You actually have a choice before you even encounter him, but basically, Irithyll branches into two other places, so we have some choices after that. But for this walkthrough, I'll show you my stats. Currently level 58 with 28 Vigor, 10 Attunement, 20 Endurance, 16 Vitality, 34 Strength, 15 Dex, 10 Intelligence, 10 Faith, 7 Luck. Currently using a Butcher Knife plus 6. I can put away the Pyromancy Flame. The Grass Crest Shield. I have a Torch. I'm using the Mira set in Lucatill's Mask. Excuse me, I have hiccups. And then I also have the Speckled Stoneplate Ring, Flame Stoneplate Ring, Estus Ring, and Karthus Milk Ring. I feel like I could change these out now that I'm no longer down in Smoldering Lake and Demon Ruins. What do we got? Alright, let's go with that. Okay, cool. So, let's double check here before we go any further, see if we can level up our weapon. I feel like I did this last time, but just in case. Yeah, okay, we need chunks. Alright, cool. Alright, so before we get into Irithyll, the Boreal Valley, we need to warp back to High Warlord Walnir's Bonfire. We did the Demon Ruins and Smoldering Lake in the previous walkthrough, so I've already done that. Let's go back to High Warlord Volnir's Bonfire and get started. I will be progressing Anri of Astora's questline in this portion of the walkthrough, and when we get to Anri, we will have a choice to make, and I'll explain that choice later, but just be aware that this is a portion, or this part of the walkthrough includes Anri. Alright, so in case you haven't already, I'll just sort of show this to you really quick. Anri, if you haven't done this, Anri will be up on this ledge where the tip of my sword is. So to get over there, you just walk across the bridge, walk left. You have to kill like 20 skeletons, but it's really not a big deal. Anri will have been separated from Horus the Hushed, and Horus will be down here in Smoldering Lake. So you'll have to go down there and decide what you want to do. If you want to progress Anri's storyline to the fullest extent, you will need to kill Horus, and in order to access that area, you want to chop down the bridge, wait for it to become a ladder, and then go down to this section here where the tip of my sword is, and then you can do Smoldering Lake. But we've already done that. I just want to make sure you knew. So for now, we can proceed through Volnir's room and enter Irithyll, the Boreal Valley. Irithyll was definitely one of the big set-piece moments of Dark Souls 3 when it first came out. I remember when I first played it, and that area name came up, I was just blown away by what I was looking at. I really couldn't comprehend it. And you'll see what I mean right now. So this is Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. We have ventured really far, and now we're in this perpetual twilight with snow and everything. And there's a bonfire available to us right here. Okay, we are not safe at all in Irithyll. And what I mean by that is as soon as we begin to cross the bridge, a beast will spawn behind us. Right there. So this is the Pontiff's Eye. I think that's what they're called. These are beastie enemies with gross rib cages, kind of like what was it called? What is that boss called? Gaping Dragon. Very reminiscent to the Gaping Dragon. If you put a lot of distance between you and these enemies, they can do a big rolling attack. You gotta be careful of that. But they don't have a ton of health, and as long as you have a decent weapon, they'll go down. So, defeating that gives us the Pontiff's right eye, which is a ring. And this ring boosts attacks as long as attacking persists. So basically, the more you attack, the stronger your attack will be. So it's sort of like a stacking buff. Now, one thing I do have to mention here is that in order to enter Irithyll of the Boreal Valley, you do need to have the small doll right here. You do need to have the small doll. This is rewarded to you after you defeat the Deacons of the Deep and the Cathedral of the Deep. So if you have not already done that area, that is a requirement in order to cross this barrier here at Irithyll of the Boreal Valley. Grab this treasure here, Homeward Bone, just in case you need it. But in order to cross this barrier, you need the small doll. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to light this bonfire, and then we're going to rest here. And then I'm actually going to reload the game, because there is a really unique interaction here to do in Irithyll at the bridge. And that is to join the world of Sirris of the Sunless Realms. And Creighton, I'm not sure if it's the exact same Creighton from Dark Souls 2, but she is locked in a duel with Creighton, and we need to go help her out. Doing so will progress Sirris' questline. This is completely optional. This doesn't help you like get to a particular ending or anything, but it is something that you want to do if you want to get everything in the game. So here on the bridge, we should come across Sirris' summoning sign, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, here it is. Oh, I might be getting invaded. Damn, I am now getting invaded. God. Alright, let's see how this goes. This is a pretty popular PvP area, so this doesn't exactly surprise me. Although I have not gotten a message that I've been invaded. There he is. Or she. Whomever. Due to Carthuso 25. Alright, what do you got? Yeah. Ooh, you got a little bit of a bleed going on. Ooh. I'll keep this as a really fair duel. I won't drink. Alright, well. He drinks, so I'm gonna drink. I mean, whatever. I don't get it, but sure. Yeah, whatever. I really don't care. I'll drink all day on this guy. He started it. Alright, that's a bunch of malarkey if I've ever seen it. Ooh, a little bit of blood loss for you. Wow. A little laggy, but that's okay. Good duel. Although, I was surprised he started drinking. That's fine. Okay. It doesn't really matter if the bonfire is right there. So what I'll do is I'll wait to Ember until we actually get to the sign. Let's try that again. A little frustrating. It's alright. I don't mind PvP, but some people are just a little inconsistent in their actions and how they want things to go. It seems like once they start losing, they're going to start healing, which is fine. Alright. Oh, I guess I didn't need to Ember to do this, but Sirris' sign is right here. And Sirris is requesting cooperation, so we can join her world as a phantom. I figured you needed to be human to do this. Oh well. Alright, so Creighton isn't necessarily too hard, but things can get a little dicey. Summoned to the world by Sirris of the Sunless Realms. And luckily, you're not actually online or anything, so this goes relatively well. And there's no lag, so it's good. And you can pretty easily gang up on him. Nope. See ya. Alright, so that's that. And then after you do this, we can go speak with Sirris again in Firelink Shrine.
Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
That's all she needed us for, was just to kill Creighton. So after that completes, we get sent back to our world. And what I'll do is I will go back to Firelink, and just because this area is so hot with PvP, I will go back to Firelink and actually kill myself just to get rid of my Ember. But we do want to talk with Sirris while we're there, just to kind of get things started. It is really strange that there's a bonfire before the gate and after the gate. I don't really get that, but that's okay. All right, let's talk with Sirris, see what she has to say.
I have not thanked you for your generous rescue. That dark spirit was one of Rosaria's fingers. Vile, bastard offspring who lurk in the darkness. My sworn enemies. Fearsome invaders, to say the least. I would not have made it alone. You have my deepest gratitude. If you require help on your travels, I offer you my sign. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
Alright, so we got the Blessed Mailbreaker, which is a good dagger. And then we also got the Silver Cat Ring, which prevents damage from falling. Pretty helpful. So like I said, I'm actually just going to go die really quick, just to become unkindled, because I don't want to get invaded all day. And it seems like that's very likely today in Irithyll, which is great. It's really nice to see the community so active. I originally started recording this walkthrough, the first few parts, just as the Return to Lothric Reddit event was starting, which is a really cool event that encourages people to return to Dark Souls 3 and do another playthrough, sort of rejuvenate the community, get everybody involved. There's actually one of those events for every single From Software game, with maybe the exception of Sekiro. I guess I should say all the Souls games and Bloodborne. Yeah, there's one of those events every single year, which is awesome to see. I always like how active this community is. Okay, cool. So let's go back to Irithyll, now that we've sort of pushed Sirris' questline along. Great. Alright, so Irithyll is a somewhat confusing area. It has a lot of twists and turns, a lot of corridors. It's basically a city. So there's a lot to do, a lot to see. Don't forget the treasures around this fountain here. And that one right there. Maybe there's one more. Yeah? Okay. Cool. So, one thing to note is that there are a lot of enemies that patrol around Irithyll. And you'll have these spirits sort of wandering outward the whole time. And so we have these guys here. I went to look up their name and he started running at me. Nice, but our Butcher's Knife makes really quick work of them. So these guys are called... I don't know. I don't know what these things are called. None of these names really ring a bell. This guy casts spells, which is mean. These guys have like a wicked set of abilities. Oh, yep. Yeah, these guys really can kind of go all day. Be very careful. Alright, there we go. Oh, the Pontiff Knight armor. So I guess those are Pontiff Knights. Yeah, they are. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so this door right here is actually quite evil. It doesn't open from this side, and the way you access it is just mean. It's one of the few times where I've actually been like really disappointed with a Souls game. And you'll find out why a little later. You can come up here, grab this treasure. Oops. Try finger. Nice. Alright, and so we're going to have a few more of the Pontiff Knights coming up here. They do patrol around and wander a little bit. These spirits are future Outrider Knights being sent out to do the Pontiff's bidding. I'm deliberately not progressing forward because we have these big Pontiff Knights that have these like torch things, and yeah, they can send fire at you, and then when they touch the things to the ground, geysers can come up. So we have to be very careful because there's also one that is there's one that's up in the rafters there that we got to be careful of. Yikes. So we got to kill this guy quick. Yep, and then the one up in the rafters wakes up. So I'm not going to worry about looting anything at this point. I'm literally just going to try to bum rush that guy up there. Ugh, damn. Alright. And then there's actually going to be a couple of Pontiff Knights around here. So I'm going to try to be careful. I think I should have avoided them. I have for now. Alright, so make sure they patrol out. Just one or two. There's two of them there. One is a shield, one doesn't. So I'm going to wait for them to turn around or at least see what they're going to do. Alright, looks like they're going all the way down. If I can get them to pass without noticing me, I'm going to try to sneak up on them. If I could take out the one without the shield first, that'd be very, very helpful. I shouldn't have ran. Oh my god, what happened to my health? Great, that's one. Great. Alright, cool, that's two. Perfect. Okay, now we can sort of loot this little area in peace. You have to do a lot of work in each area that you come across before you can really consider yourself safe. I guess I looted this already. Alright, very good. Well, just in case you hadn't. Alright, so that door that did not open from this side... Oh, here's a treasure. They're hard to see in the snow, but they are there. Anyway, the door that I mentioned earlier that did not open from this side, you actually open it from here in a really unfortunate way. So there's a crystal lizard here, and I'm really not sure like what the idea here was, but luckily there's a hint here from another player. I'm definitely going to rate that. And so what you're supposed to do is hit this railing and it turns into a staircase. I don't understand, but that's the way it works. And then we can come down here. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get that. I think it's a very dumb mechanic, and there's no... I don't know, there's no hint that that's a staircase, you know? Like, illusory walls typically have visual indicators to say, hey, you know, there's another way around, you know, but it just didn't happen here. I don't get it. Anywho, so we have this evangelist that we can sneak up on and backstab. Great. Ooh.
Oh, cleanser.
My favorite line in the whole game. Alright, cool. So that's the evangelist. You get Doris's gnawing, which I believe is a dark miracle. Right? Am I totally wrong on that? It's a great insect swarm. Yeah, you need a lot of faith, so yes. It is a miracle. Okay, that's how you open that door. It's a weird little thing with that hidden staircase. I've never seen something like it again. And I hope they never do it again. That one always annoyed me. That was like the last miracle I needed for my trophy for a long time. I'd say for like the first week and a half that this game came out. And I don't understand how anybody actually found it. They must have been chasing that crystal lizard and accidentally hit the railing. I don't know. Anywho, enough whining. Shouldn't say whining, it's a valid criticism. Okay, cool. So, coming up here, a couple more Outrider spirits. And then we can come over here. Yes, actually, let's come over here first. This treasure here. You can see we have a lot of ground to cover here. All right. So instead of going straight in, we can go over here and actually reach a bonfire. All right, this is a really, really important bonfire. I cannot stress that enough. So, here we have Anri of Astora. And Anri has become completely separated from Horus, of course, because we killed him. We're not going to tell Anri that. Instead, let's see what he has to say.
Oh, I thought it might be you. Good to see you. I never managed to find Horus. But my duty must be done, even alone, as an unkindled Lord Seeker. For the children I knew, bless their souls. We all have our reasons, don't we? Please, take this. Recompense for my foolish request. And also a token of protection. May the flames guide your way. Ah, you are brave indeed, to face your duty alone. I would do well to learn from you. May the flames guide your way.
Alright, so we get Ring of the Evil Eye from Anri. This ring absorbs HP from each defeated foe, which is pretty nice. It's not a significant amount of HP, but it's still a nice little trinket. Alright, Anri being here is incredibly important. If you have progressed Anri's storyline this far, congratulations. And if you have also managed to get Yuria of Londor to spawn in Firelink Shrine, wonderful. The reason I'm sort of slowly describing this is because I'm not going to reveal them, but there is a pilgrim here that is disguised using the chameleon spell. And the pilgrim is a follower of Londor and, works in tandem with Yuria of Londor. And the pilgrim being here is the same pilgrim that Anri had mentioned earlier. Way earlier in the game, I think near Cathedral of the Deep, after he defeated Deacons of the Deep. She said a pilgrim, told him that, or I guess it could be male or female. Pilgrim told him that Aldrich resides past Irithyll of the Boreal Valleys. That's why Anri has come here. But this pilgrim has actually led Anri into a trap. And that trap is to make Anri your husband or groom or bride. And so you now have a choice of what ending you want to have for the game. It begins this early. If you have Yuria of Londor and you completed drawing out strength with Yol of Londor, Yuria of Londor has spawned, Anri is here, you can do one of two things. You can do nothing and just continue on through the game, and then you will be well on your way to getting like this super secret ending of the game. Or you can swing your sword or weapon and kill the pilgrim, and Anri of Astora's questline continues. It doesn't go much further, I will tell you that. Similar to what we just did with Sirris, we can join Anri's world and help him or her take down Aldrich of the Deep in their world. So you will effectively have to fight that boss twice. Once in your world, once in Anri's world. And then after you defeat Aldrich, I believe you get Anri's sword or something like that, and then the storyline pretty much ends. It does not affect your ending, But for now, I have decided the ending I'm going to do in this walkthrough is the Usurper of the Flame ending, I believe it is. Let me just double check that name. Usurper of the Flame ending. Yes. Okay. That is it. So, we're getting the Usurper of Fire ending. I know I've sort of dragged on with this, but that is the ending we're going to get. So we're going to leave the Pilgrim. We're going to leave Anri. Anri will, unfortunately, his or her questline will end here. The next thing that we need to do is, after defeating Pontiff, speak with Yuria and Firelink Shrine. Okay, great. Cool. So that's all we got to do here. If you want Anri to survive, swing your sword in that corner and kill the Pilgrim. Otherwise, just continue. All right, coming over here. Proof of a Concord kept. What a nightmare of an item that is. If you are attempting to accumulate or attempting to go for the Platinum Trophy in this game, you will need the Dark Moon Blade Miracle and the ring from that Covenant as well. And in order to do that, you will need 30 proofs of a Concord kept. And the 30 proofs of a Concord kept... what is the roster of knights? Is this for the Blue Covenant? What the hell was that? Check Dark Moon Knights. Okay. The proofs of a Concord kept are farmed either by joining the Way of the Blue Covenant and helping people out, or via killing Silver Knights in the next area of the game. It is a really arduous process. It takes a really, really long time. All right, so we're coming down here, and I will warn you. The way I'm going to cover the rest of Irithyll, the Boreal Valley, is I'm going to access later areas of the game. Like, I'm going to sort of open up the branches that Irithyll's connected to. Oh, I thought this thing was, like, dead. That was a good little trick there. And the reason I'm doing that is just to sort of give you, like, the full coverage of the area and show you how to take on literally every encounter. And also just for ease of use. This way I don't have to do a ton of backtracking. Full disclosure. All right, so before we go down that path, which leads to Irithyll Dungeon, we're going to clear out this little graveyard here, because I don't feel like doing this twice. All right, so there are a lot of these little ash monsters. What are these called? Irithyll slaves, maybe? Or a burning stake witch? I think these are Irithyllian slaves, but anyway, you can't really see them until you get close, so just look out for their eyes. And they can gang up on you, so you gotta be careful. And some of them you just straight up can't really tell are there. Here's a fading soul. Then we have a Corvian here. Red-eyed Corvian. Take care of them. Don't forget to look behind the gravestone for the undead bone shard. And of course some homeward bones. Great. Okay. So. Oh, you know, I actually forgot to get Creighton's armor. Damn. I'll get it in a little bit. Alright, so now the graveyard's cleared. Let's go down this way. Okay. And this room has quite a few Irithyllian slaves, so just always be on the lookout, because they're always looking to jump you. Some of them, however, are just like crawling around on the ground, so they're not too hard to contend with, but they can gang up on you if you're not careful, like I said. Unfortunately, these things take just 2 hits. But you gotta watch out, because some of them will drop off the rafters, so just kind of always be on your checking your surroundings, I should say. Some of them will run after you, some of them won't, some of them just crawl around because they have no legs. Ooh, they dropped the treasure. Oh no! Oh, that was a lot of damage. I didn't actually know that could happen. Alright. I never actually had them jump me like that. Cool. Alright, there's another one that dropped the treasure over here. Blood gem. Cool. Alright, then there's... Hi. Okay. So let's go up to the little rafters here. And then there will be more to do. Yeah. So don't lock on while you're down here. Or while you're up here, rather. Because otherwise you will wind up getting, like, thrown off when enemies fall. Shriving stone over here. We're going to come over here. And then I'm not going to drop just yet. Instead, we're going to come over here and kill this guy. Okay. I'm just double checking here. Yeah. Alright, let's exit over here and then we can start dropping. And then we are going to encounter everybody's favorite enemy. Wait, what? It's weird that there's no item here. So I'm actually... Once I kill these guys... I'm going to... That might be a New Game Plus thing, but just to be sure, I'm going to reload my game. Sometimes things... there are rings that only appear in New Game Plus. So I just want to make sure that's what that was. Yeah, it's funny, like Dark Souls 2 has a fantastic New Game Plus system where a lot of things change. Item locations change, I think, and there's certainly a lot more invasions that happen too, which I like a lot. It sort of throws you off. Yeah, I guess maybe there's a New Game Plus item here. Anyway. So, that's that, I guess. Let's come over here. And like I said, we're about to encounter pretty much everyone's favorite enemy. Not that. The Ringu. Whoa, I didn't see that one at all. Alright. Get a blood gem. Some blue bug pellets. I am 99.9% sure. Oh my god, that actually wasn't a illusory wall. Whoa. That's so funny. Okay. I really didn't think that was a wall. That's great. Okay. Cool, let's go down. Alright, so everyone's favorite enemy. I don't know the name of it. I'd have to double check. But it's disgusting. But it's actually not actually as scary as it even looks. It's actually quite a weak enemy. It's these suckers. So we got a ring of sacrifice over here, and we will meet several of these things. Sometimes they can like really jump out of the water at you, which can be a nightmare. But it's really not much to worry about. Soul of a Nameless Soldier. There's going to be a few of these things over here. The trick is that some of them are just corpses, like they're not actually there, you know? Yeah. Alright, get the Great Heal Miracle. Ooh. But they're so weak, they die in just a few hits, so really nothing to worry about. Alright, so you get the Great Heal Miracle. Go ahead and rate that. Over here. Look at that landscape. Crazy, man. Looks so good. Let me just come over here. I feel like there isn't anything here, but I just want to make sure. Nah. Alrighty. And this is the bridge that we came over, so we're literally still near the beginning. We haven't gone very far. Alright, come over here. Green blossoms, always helpful. Restore your stamina. We'll go in there in a minute, don't worry. And then I'm just double checking down here. I don't think there's anything here, but okay, cool. So, believe it or not, so this right here, this is the entrance to Irithyll Dungeon. It was actually along this path. Alright, so we will come back here later. This is the... what bonfire? This is the Distant Manor bonfire. So this leads to Irithyll Dungeon. So we will leave that for next time. For now, though, we're going to go this way. So we're going to go sort of underneath the castle here. And this is going to lead us through like a back door to that Church of Yorshka bonfire. Just be careful, because there are a lot of those Ringu here. Yeah, and they're bony and they sound gross and they're just creepy crawly. They freaked me out the first time. They still sort of do. I don't like when things have like a lot of hands. Like when things have body when things have body parts where they shouldn't. That's when I start getting worried. There. Dung pile. Over here. Another dung pie. Big thing for me too is mouths. Like when things have more than one mouth. It's just... I say this like, and I'm actively looking forward to Elden Ring. And, like the main boss of that game appears to have 19,000 hands, so can only see how that goes. All right. Good night. Cool. So in here is actually a bit of safety in Seigward of Catarina. So he's chilling by the fire. Let's go ahead and speak with Seigward.
Excuse me, I must have dozed off. It's rather warm in here. Well, hasn't it been all too long? It's good to see you. Oh, I seem to have missed my chance, so I, Seigward of Catarina, offer my deepest gratitude, and a little surprise to go with it. It's all yours. I know. Won't you join me for dinner? I make a fine Estus soup. I've got some stewing right now. Even we undead deserve a little normalcy from time to time. And finally, upon this rendezvous, let us make a toast. To your valor, my sword, and our sworn duties. Long may the sun shine. Have you heard? Somewhere, hidden right here in Irithyll, is a deep dungeon. And even below that, the profaned capital, home of Yorm, the reclusive giant lord. That reminds me, I've a grave promise to keep. Oh, sorry. I'm afraid I've cast a cloud over things. Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
Okay. So, Seigward just mentioned Yorm, the reclusive giant lord. And talking to Seigward here sort of pushes his questline further. We will meet him again in Irithyll dungeon. We'll actually meet him in the profaned capital, which comes after Irithyll dungeon. But in a section of profaned capital that sort of loops back into Irithyll dungeon. All right, don't forget the Estus soup here, just in case you need it. Praise the soup. And then we can go upstairs and head inside. Just double checking here. There's no, no treasure chest. Alright. So, in this next room, there's a bit of a booby trap. So, there is a knight over here looking at a painting of Guinevere. However, there is also a knight with a giant bow up there, so we need to be careful. So what I recommend doing is taking out a throwing knife and doing your best to aim it at the knight to sort of get his attention. So miserable. Alright, anyway, we're going to get the knight's attention, and then we're going to run back. And again, we're doing that so we don't get sniped. Alright, those were two really good parries. I don't know what this game's doing. I'm just kidding. The parries are probably terrible. Alright, cool. You can get your Divine Blessing. And then we'll look at the paintings later, but he's certainly looking at Guinevere. But so is that guy. Let's come back here. And then, since we're safe for a second, we can run over here. Is there not a staircase here? Maybe it's a little... Maybe I gotta go outside to go inside. Yeah, I guess so. Oof. How dare you? Alright, let's go outside. Come up here. Check over here really quick. Alright. So in this area, we're going to have quite a few of those invisible dudes. Those little ash monster things. Number of dogs. And I believe these dogs move when you die. So like these dogs will be in a slightly different location when you come back. So just kind of be ready for that. More dogs. And then there's another like ash monster over there. Ugh, yikes. This is terrible. Oh, how did that not happen? Okay. There's another ash monster over here. Jesus. No, I don't want to die. Frostbitten. Wow, that took so much effort. Whew. Alright, let me loot really quick. So many dogs. That's crazy. Okay, so this actually leads to the boss, so I'm not going to do that just yet. Instead, we're going to come over here to this elevator. And this unlocks a door that goes back to the Church of Yorshka bonfire with Anri of Astora. So we can turn around. And continue on. So I feel like I should have been able to enter to kill that knight up top. I'm just gonna quickly go back in because I feel like I missed something. Because I know what's up there. There's like a couple chests up there if I'm not mistaken. I could always be wrong, but I just don't think I am. Yeah, here it is. That was weird. Alright, but the archer's not the only one up here, so we do have to be careful. And so you want to fight the other knights against these walls. Do your best to get backstabs. Okay, very good. Of course. Oh yeah, the vases have frost in them. You gotta be careful. How is that not a backstab? Okay. Chests, the Leo ring, Smo's Great Hammer. You probably can guess what this is. Divine Blessing. Alright, so there you go. That's the rafters section of this. Just gonna double check to make sure there's nothing over here. I don't think there is. But... no. Okay, great. Alrighty. Now we can go outside. Sorry about that. I thought... I knew there was a way up there. I guess I missed it. Anyway, let's go back up. And now what we're going to do is we're actually going to kind of clear the way to the boss and open up yet another shortcut. So if you'd like, go back and rest and do all that. But quite frankly, I will warn you the next area is pretty challenging, but it's short, so you may not really need to rest. But it's up to you. I will choose to press on. Alright. I just gotta check these dumb railings. Okay. Great. Alright, so coming in here, there's going to be quite a few sort of smoke dudes. We can drop down here. Drink up. Grab this large Titanite shard. And then climb up this ladder. And this will sort of let us get the jump on everybody. But when I tell you there's a lot of these dudes up here, there's a lot of these dudes here. No exaggeration. Yeah, now they're going to start coming up the stairs. Yeah, you can see them all now. I always just like to walk around before I start looting, just in case they're there, but... Yeah. Alright, cool. Great. Alright, it's coming out here. We're going to have a couple more of the Pontiff Knights. Just beware. Yeah, so this guy's got a big scythe, which is tons of fun. He's got some cool acrobatics with that thing. But luckily, they go down pretty quick. And you can use the elevation to your advantage here, as long as you're on the low end of the elevation. Oh, that was bad timing. Great. Okay. So this is the boss fog. Don't go in there just yet. Still have some work to do. Okay. So I'm just checking around here for any treasure. Crab. Okay. There is a drop to be performed right here. This gives you, I'm almost positive that's a flask shard, but I don't want to do that just yet. Instead, we're going to come down here. Careful, though. We do have a couple of these friends. Okay, get an ember. And then we can open this gate. And again, this all leads back to that Church of Yorshka bonfire. Alright, so homeboy's over here. Hopefully he stops casting this dumb spell. Comes over here. Oh, yikes. Great. So we're going to come over here and get the jump on this witch. Great job. Very cool. Alright, get the soul of a weary warrior. The two knights have likely left. But we're going to come around here really quick. That is an illusory wall. I'll grab this. It's a lightning gem. Illusory wall right here. And you get the magic clutch ring. And then... yeah, you don't need to do the rest. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the other drop. Actually, just come over here really quick. I want to see if there's anything here. I don't think there is. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, this is the Church of Yorshka bonfire. Okay. Didn't realize that was that close. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that. It's either a shard, it's either an undead bone shard or an Estus flask shard. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Okay, my bad. Alright, so that should sort of like clue you into like what's going on here. I really don't want to spoil it for you if you have not played these games before. But you've picked up several key items at this point that should indicate something to you. Something's coming. Again, I won't spoil it. Okay. Alright, cool. Now that we've done all this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest at the bonfire, and then we're going to fight the boss. I will warn you, the boss of Irithyll of the Boreal Valley is incredibly difficult. This is a really big, like, gatekeeper kind of boss for a number of people, myself included. Yeah, just no joke. Okay. So, I didn't pick up any chunks, so I can't level up my weapon at all, so we can just proceed. The boss of Irithyll of the Boreal Valley is Pontiff Sulyvahn. Pontiff Sulyvahn is actually pretty similar in fight mechanics to Gwyn in Dark Souls 1, in that he's very nimble. He's very nimble. Oh god. I forgot about these guys. Very nimble, but he can also split himself into two. So, what that means is we will need to deal with two forms of him. One side basically has flames, the other has magic. And so we'll see how this goes. Okay, this is Pontiff Take 3. I'm going to try to parry him right at the start here. I did it the second time, but I don't know. Oh my god, I'm getting good at this. Alright, so decent damage from the jump. I'm going to go get my souls, though. And then we're going to deal with it. So Pontiff has like a lot of successive attacks. He has like big swoops, big sweeps. He very rarely just does one swing and leaves you alone. He can also really rush you down, so you gotta be careful. But luckily, his targeting, his targeting is sometimes off, so you can actually manage to, like, I don't know, he'll like stab the air sometimes. Oh, come on. He'll like stab the air sometimes, which is like really good for you. Alright, so back up when he does this, he's gonna explode. But then you want to rush him. And the reason for that is because he's going to split himself into a clone. And when he's doing this, you can actually deal a good amount of damage to the clone. You have to watch out, though, because the clone does an attack, and then Sulyvahn does the same attack right after. So you got to be careful. And they both do just as much damage. The clone, oh my god. Oh, dude, I'm screwed. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, the clone does basically just as much damage as the boss, so you have to be very careful. The clone can also teleport back into the boss, more or less like negating any ground that you might have covered using the clone. Alright, so the clone's down. Now it's just Sulyvahn. He can do it again, though. Don't tempt him with a good time. He'll do it again. I'm almost positive. I'm trying not to, like, let the input buffer get the best of me here. Because I don't want to... Sorry, I'm just being quiet because, like, there we go. Alright, so that is Sulyvahn. Sorry, I was being quiet there because this is a fight where things get so hectic that you wind up mashing circle. And the way Dark Souls works is that you can press a button and then press another button, like, while nothing's happening, like, so R1 circle, like, I'm not sure if you can hear this. This is R1 circle. The circle is buffered, so like you will backpedal, or you know, whatever command you put in will happen. It basically queues it up, and then there's a buffer. So it's really important not to panic roll during this fight. Otherwise, you have what happened to me there. You sort of get backed into a corner, and then yeah, it's just bad news. Okay, so I'm debating. So there are items above here, but I'm going to leave that for the next part of the... No, I'm not. Never mind. Let's continue on just a little bit. This way we can get upstairs. because otherwise I wouldn't be covering this for another 2 parts of the walkthrough. All right, so really quick, let's see if we can get these lizards. All right, that's one. So real quick, what we're going to do... Oh, this is like a PvP heaven right here. I pray to God I don't get invaded. What we're going to do is we're going to run up to above Pontiff's boss room. So we're basically going to ignore everything. And we're going to come over here. And the reason I'm ignoring everything is because there's some stuff I'm trying to actually keep hidden from you. I don't want to spoil anything. But I do want to make sure that we just like cover the room as best we can. Over here. Great. Grab this loot. Dark stone plate ring, very helpful. Alright, so you should hear that like grumbling. That is the deacons. There are deacons that can like snipe you. Isn't there a way up? Am I blind? I'm a little confused here. I could have sworn there was just like a quick way up. Okay, well, there's going to be like a couple of unkindled dudes here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run past them. And then we're actually going to turn this car around. Ultra Faithful Balako. Ugh, God. I got myself roped into PvP. Got the thorn armor on, thinking he's cute. Oh, another one. Great. Oh. You ever survive a 2v1 before? That was a lot of fun. Anyway. Am I being invaded again? I think I'm being invaded again. No, I think I can make it out. If I could just get away from these beacons. Fantastic. Okay. Wow, look at us. Alright, let's open this door. Oh, it doesn't open from the side. Okay. Right, that makes sense. Oh my god, we survived the 2v1. That was incredible. Proud of us. Alright, let's come over here and grab this treasure. Oh my god. What a nightmare that was. Grab this. Large Titanite shard, very good. And then we can go over here. I'm gonna chance it and go down the stairs first. Oh my god. This was here the whole time. I knew that there was a way up. Alright. Cool, let's go back inside. Great. Now that we're out of this PvP hellhole. Alright, we can get these treasures. And also there's an elevator here. Which is weird, but it's there. I mean, I understand why it's there, I do, but it just feels unnecessary. It's there in case you sort of die before getting to the next area, but again, there's just so many bonfires in Dark Souls 3 that it just feels unnecessary. Okay. Cool. So, let's come over here. This is a mimic, so go ahead and take out your undead hunter charm. If you have any, if not, that's okay. But you can throw it on the mimic. It will relinquish its treasure. Which is the golden ritual spear. Oops. And then you actually get some good free attacks on it. As it stretches its arms and sort of wakes up from its slumber. And then just do the rest of the work. Oh my goodness! It killed me! Wow. I didn't think I was within range. But hey, the elevator's here, so hooray for that, I guess. You pull the lever and the elevator will come down now. I guess maybe that's why it's there, in case you died of the mimic. We actually already got its treasure, but we do have to get revenge, so we're going to kill the mimic. But since, I guess, you know what's funny is we probably could throw another undead hunter charm at it and get a lot of free damage, but we're going to go 1D. We're going to go straight up with it. Let's just check over here. Ring ahead. This must be a New Game Plus ring. Alright, so let's grab our souls, kill the mimic, and then we will also go get Creighton's set, which should be waiting for us on the bridge. Get me with that again. I do love the way these things giggle. It's terrifying. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Yeah, they got that magic Chuck Norris kick. Alright. The mimic is dead. That was crazy. I can't remember the last time I got bit by 2 mimics. Anyway, so, yeah, I believe that there is a ring here later on. 31. Right. Okay. Sorry, just double checking here. Sulyvahn boss room. $24. 35. Yeah, new game +1, Ring of Favor. Okay, great. Let's get out of here. We'll warp back. Oh wait, there's more up here. Not sure if there's anything over here until New Game Plus. Hey, Crystal Lizard. That's something. A simple gem. Okay. Alrighty. Great. Right. And then before we warp to Firelink, let's warp back to the first bonfire. Nice armor. Warp back to the first bonfire, get Creighton set. And that's at 33. Which should be here. After defeating Dark Spirit at item 32. Oh, okay, we actually have to do something different. Forgot about this. There is an invasion at the Church of Yorshka. Forgot about this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to clear out the graveyard, and then Creighton is going to invade us. I should have done this earlier, but that's okay. Let's clear this out. Man, I can't believe I won that 2v1. I was fully expecting to have to like cut 10 minutes out of this video. But that was really nice. Alright, cool. Okay, so we should get invaded here. The guide says we should. Creighton the Wanderer. On the long bridge, invades behind the Church of Yorshka bonfire near a giant gravestone. Does not invade if you have beaten him in Sirris' questline, and will not invade. Damn. Okay, maybe his armor set is there. The guide doesn't... It's funny. The Prima guide is really good for maps, but it doesn't really explain everything. It really doesn't explain like the conditions for getting things to drop very well. So luckily Facts for Life came through, and unfortunately the Creighton invasion won't happen if we've already killed Sulyvahn. So I don't think his armor is going to appear here. If it doesn't, that's okay. It'll just be a missed opportunity, but it's fine. Yeah, that's alright. So, had he done that, he would have invaded. Quite alright. I'm going to Homeward Bone now, just because this is such a PvP hotspot. I want to get out of here. Okay. So, let's go back to Firelink. And then we will end this section of the walkthrough after doing some good level ups. I really wish I had a red for that that Creighton invasion. I feel kind of bad. All right.
Well, very well. punishment from these sovereignless souls.
I gotta figure out a way to disable that. Yeah, let's go 30 vigor. That's good. And then we'll go. What does vitality do? Equipment load? My equip load's fine. Actually, yeah, well, let's go to. I'm gonna go to 20 vitality eventually.
Farewell, me.
All right. Let's see. I don't think I have any Umbral Ash from that. No, I do not. I don't think I have any Estus shards either.
It wasn't he?
I can't reinforce because I don't have chunks. Alright. What we do need to do, though, is we do need to speak with Yuria of Londor. Because she's going to have a whole lot more to say now that we have proceeded with Anri's end of the questline.
Speak thy desire, honorable Lord of Hollows. Our Lord and Liege. Knowest thou of a youth named Anri? He is hollow, and will join thee in wedlock. A fellow of mine guides him at this moment. When the time is ripe, thou mayst make thy salutations. For what lord taketh no spouse? Ah, greetings, our lord and liege. Good tidings. Thy spouse is ready. The time is ripe to greet him. The boy awaits thee in the hidden dark moon chamber of Anor Londo. So thou mayst a true monarch become. Ah, greetings, our good tidings. Thy spouse is ready.
Alright. So, we now know where Anri is waiting for us. And fans of Dark Souls 1, you're in for a treat. That will not be our next part of the walkthrough, however. The reason for that is because we have 2 lords left in this sort of section of Dark Souls 3. So the idea is that you kill the Undead Legion, or the Abyss Watchers, and then you basically have a choice. You can either go kill Yorm the Giant, or you can kill Aldrich. After you defeat your 3rd lord, no matter who it is, you automatically get teleported back to High Wall of Lothric, and unfortunately, that can cause issues with a questline, so I am now going to head towards Yorm the Giant. Anri will be waiting for us when we get to Anor Londo. It's fine. We can sort of do what we want at this point. But the next part of the walkthrough will be the Irithyll dungeon, which, if you've played Demon Souls, I know a lot of my followers on this channel have because of my Demon Souls walkthroughs, but it's very similar to Tower of Latria. It's actually even meaner than Tower of Latria, really, in my opinion. The area, though, does not have a boss, which is interesting. And so this will be a rare time wherein we cover 2 areas in one walkthrough. So we will go through Irithyll Dungeon, and then we will go through the Profaned Capital. And at the end of that, we will fight Yorm the Giant. So that will be the next part of the walkthrough. It's going to be sort of like a 2-parter. Profaned Capital is really small when it gets down to it. But there are really big enemies there that can be kind of difficult. Irithyll Dungeon is very maze-like, similar to Latria, where we're going to pick up an important NPC, get a lot of upgrade materials, and then move into Profaned Capital, which is a decent amount smaller. So that's the next walkthrough. But I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Dark Souls 3, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.